It's been nearly 2 months, and I sort of kept my promise about updating the datapack. I mean, it really only adds 2 dimensions, 2 mobs, and like 2 weapons. So I don't know if it's the biggest update I've done. I honestly lost a bunch of creativity working on this, and I could not figure out what to do. So I just kind of slapped together a bunch of stuff that I thought would be cool, and hopefully it is. First thing this update changes is the plasma cannon, because the sound effect, there's a sound effect when it fires. I was trying to get it to play that sound when you first shoot it, but I couldn't figure out a way to do that, so it's kind of delayed. Oh, and also the radius now when it explodes is much less than it was originally. It goes down more instead of out. This update has the textures completely ruined. I don't know why, but the plasma cannon texture isn't there anymore. And neither are a lot of the other things. I think it might be because of Optifine. Traveling to the Isles has changed, and it now consumes the rift, so you better bring another one on your way here, otherwise you're gonna get stuck. The first actual feature this update adds is a new artifact called the Wither artifact, which has a 1% chance to drop from the Wither. So I don't really feel like sitting through all of that, so I'm just going to spawn it in. There we go. It took a while, but here's the Wither artifact. Anything that comes close to within 6 blocks of you will be given the Wither effect, as it just kind of slowly starts dying. Every once in a while, one of these dudes will spawn. Killing one of them will give you a sky beacon and a melted key. Putting a sky beacon in your inventory and flying up to a Y level of 300 will send you to the above. It takes quite literally forever to find one of these, so I just spawned it in. If you go into the bottom, there will be 2 small chests and a double chest. And inside of them you can find elytra, gold, the Fortune 3 books, and sky shards, which those will be important later on. But what we really want is one of these, avian feather, which you can find inside these chests. Now to leave the above, all you gotta do is just fall. Once you hit a Y level of, I think, negative 20? 25. You will fall out of the sky and head back to the earth. So with the avian feather, if you place it in the other artifact slot, the one with the boots, if you hold control while you're in the air, it will grant you snow flying. Second dimension this update adds is the blow. It's a super original name, I know. But what you have to do is you have to be holding the molten key in your offhand and go to a Y level of like 6? 4. Cool. You'll end up here. This is by far the cooler one. It's supposed to be underneath the actual world, which is why I added that bedrock layer right there. You've got a bunch of amethyst, basically just every ore down here. But what you really want, you're going to find these, which is a structure I've called the deep chunk. What you want to do is dig in from the top and find the chest, which will have just a potion and then an enchanted book. That's not what we need. We want the molten shard and the other thing, the other artifact. Hello. We want the phoenix quill. Here we go. Similar to the wither artifact, if you place the phoenix quill in the accessory slot, it'll burn anyone who comes near you. You could have both of these activated for dual damage. To get out of the blow, you just have to go up. Most of the time, you'll end up in a pit of lava, so that's why you should use the fire resistance potions. With the sky shards, also the astral forge texture's gone because Minecraft 1.17 is just wonderful. If you use 8 of the sky shards and another star, create a sky core. using 8 of the molten shards. Another star. A molten core. At a crafting table, if you use 7 copper ingots and 2 amethyst shards, you can make conductive plating. Using 4 obsidian, 2 glass panes, 2 amethyst shards, and another star will give you reinforced glass. But now we can move on to the very OP items that I added in this data pack, where using 4 crying obsidian, 2 of the reinforced glass, 2 of the conductive plating, and 1 of the either molten or sky cores will give you either a sky or molten ion. The same thing with the molten ion. With the molten ion, you get Hades' Torment, which is a crossbow that fires incredibly fast and is basically instant charged. So now if you use the Sky Ion and another sword, you will get Thunderclap, which was originally going to be a sword, but since it's a carrot on a stick texture and the Ender Sword looks pretty weird as a carrot on a stick texture, I just decided to make it the lightning rod from Minecraft Dungeons. And this, you can smack people with it, or you can right click, or you can summon a lot of lightning. I probably won't update this data pack in the future. If I do, it'll be like small bug fixes and stuff, and I won't make a video on it. It'll just go to the Planet Minecraft page. I may or may not start working on a new data pack, because this one, since I like gave up halfway through and then started again and then gave up again and then recorded this video, I kind of forgot like the entire structure of a data pack and messed a lot of things up. So if Optifine is able to fix their textures and I can relearn how to do crap, I might make another data pack. I've been incredibly busy with school, and I've been working on a Terraria mod, just a lot of stuff. Spectrum, the client I mentioned in the last video, I haven't touched the files for that in quite a long time. Probably, I think I stopped with it about a month or 2 ago. So it's just after I made the last video. And then I worked on a 1.17 client called Exodus. So I gave up on that. I gave up on both. I wouldn't say gave up, more of just lost interest. If you guys have any ideas on what you want to see me do, because I don't even know what I want to do at this point, please leave them in my Discord, which is in the description, or just comment them, I guess. Yeah.